Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at Deluxe Class Repugnus with Dastard. That is the name of his headmaster there. First of all, I just want to say I love this box art. This looks amazing. I really love this. It looks like he's slugging it out with the two Decepticon Power Master brothers there, Darkwing and Dreadwind. And I'm just really excited we got a Repugnus figure. We originally got Twinferno, aka Double Cross, which was the first of the Monster Bots, and then they reused that mold to give us a Grotesque, which was I believe it was a New York Comic Con exclusive at first, but then later went to Toys R Us, and then they reused the mold again to give us Repugnus. Previously, we had a little Titan Master, that's the word I'm looking for, Titan Master Repugnus in one of the little $5 sets, but now we have a full-fledged Repugnus. Beautiful box art there, but when we open it up, you can see him inside, looking pretty spectacular, I have to say. And then over here we have Many Will Unite, One Will Rule. So you can see it says Prime Wars Trilogy, here it says Titans Return, and then over here it still says Power of the Primes. But this arrived today fresh from Amazon. As far as I know, that is the only place it is available as of right now. I don't know if it will open up later on. Probably will eventually show up on Hasbro Toy Shop at some point, I would think. But it's kind of neat how they're kind of giving us a couple extra figures throughout the Prime Wars trilogy at the end. It's almost like an anthology line. Like they're just telling you, here's a couple of random figures to fill in some holes. You know, some are from Combiner Wars, some are from Titan Return, some will be from Power of the Primes. We'll see how it goes. But here on the back, you can see the robot mode and the monster mode, bug mode, whatever you'd like to call it. Looks pretty awesome in my opinion. Repugnus. With the Decepticons rising, the Autobots power up Titan Master partners to stop them. Dastard gives Repugnus the ability to erase memories and wipe evidence from the missions of their existence. Very interesting. Now he also has Solaris Prime, a Prime Master here, so he actually comes with a Titan Master and a Prime Master, so that's pretty cool. I think the color scheme looks great, and I can't get over this packaging. It's so beautiful. I really love this. Look, here's the other two Monster Bots in the top here. Really very cool. And this has a number 2. So I'm wondering if... I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, I don't have it... Actually, I do have it handy. Hold on one second. Blastoff's packaging had a number 1. And this has a number 2. Oh, actually, look at that. Oh, that's amazing. The spines... The picture transfers over. I didn't even realize that. That's really cool. I like that a lot. I'm definitely keeping these packagings. I don't usually for Transformers. I usually throw the bubbles away, but look at that. So I'm assuming the third one is going to be Punch Counter Punch. And I'm assuming that the picture will extend onto his spine as well. That's really cool. I like that quite a bit. So let's go ahead, let's get Repugnus out of the box here, and let's take a closer look. Alright, so here's everything out of the packaging. First you get these two really awesome translucent neon green swords with a little bit of brown paint on top. I think the color combo looks fantastic. Obviously he can wield these, just pop one in each hand. So I think that looks pretty cool. He also has an option where you can mount them on his arm, which is pretty neat. So if you look in here, you can see there's kind of a little peg right there. And so what you do is you put that on one of these big pegs on the side of his arm here. And then you put the other one on this peg. And also the two swords connect together. And so he can kind of have this like mounted arm blade, kind of Wolverine style. It's kind of neat as well. There's some other options to store the weapons as well. We'll get into them in the bug mode when we get there, but very cool. I like these a lot. Obviously, you can peg them together, and then of course you have the little pegs there for a Titan Master or Prime Master to plug into, and then they can kind of ride in the sled. So if we take Solus Prime, which is the Prime Master we get, kind of a weird purplish gray color. I really like the other side, the translucent blue. I think that looks really good. You can tell the arms and the head are the same translucent blue plastic and then painted over top, whereas the chest and all of the leg section is just molded in that color. So, I don't know, his head, it's very hard to see it, but it's basically just a visor and a faceplate. Very basic head design, kind of boring in my opinion. So, I don't know. I love the translucent blue, but the color they chose to accompany it, in my opinion, just not really that great. But you can go ahead and peg him in here, and then he can just ride around. It's kind of fun. I'm going to put this off to the side for a moment, and we can take a look at Repugnus himself. Now, he does come a little mistransformed in the box. This is exactly how he comes. You want to just kind of fold these feet pieces back to form heels, same as all the other monster bots. And then this section, you can see the big green tabs. There's two spots right here and right here. You're just going to bring this down, and then it tabs into place, and it looks great. Really don't mind that at all on his back. Kind of like the horns here on his back. Looks really, really cool. So taking a look at his head sculpt, it is very, very, very accurate to the original G1 toy. I kind of don't like the yellow face with the yellow head, but that is accurate to the original G1 toy, so that's why they did it. I kind of wish the original G1 toy either gave him a maroon helmet or the same red, like either the color of the bug head or the same red as the pectorals here for the like crown, and then the face could be yellow. The yellow on yellow, especially with the light green eyes, it all just a little washed out to me. But again, it was what they did with the original toy, so they wanted to stay 100% faithful to that, which I appreciate. I really do. Overall, I do like the color scheme. I think the red, the yellow, and the white work well. You have a little bit of that maroon color there as well, just for some accents. He has like almost no kibble, which is awesome. Just a little bug head on his back, which I think looks really cool. I don't mind that at all. Love the Autobot symbol painted there on the top. Very, very cool. You can see he almost has like a spot here for like a stand. So if you wanted to plug in there and then have him in a cool dynamic pose, you could do that as well. Speaking of posability, head is on a ball joint because it is a Titan Master, so nothing has changed there. You have a swivel here in the arm. You have a shoulder there. You have a bicep swivel. You have 90 degrees in the elbow. Nothing in the wrist. That's just kind of how it folds into the forearm for the transformation. Nothing in the waist, but you do have out to the side and front to back for the hip. You have thigh swivel there, and then you have pretty much over 90 degrees in the knee, again, mostly due to the transformation. And then you have a little bit of tilt, but you also have a swivel in the ankle. Really, it's up to you because this piece pegs in. So if you want ankle tilt for some reason, you can have it, but it's supposed to stay pegged in, and then you just have the swivel there. But he looks great. I really do like him. You could definitely get him in some excellent poses. Like I said, I love how much just the whole back area is freed up. He doesn't have wings like the other two. And while we're speaking of the other two, got to get a little group shot going here. Here is Grotesque. Here is Double Cross, aka Twinferno. So you have all three of the monster bots reunited at last. All the same mold, which is kind of funny. Because when you first look, like you can tell, if you look at the feet, it's a dead giveaway. The ankles and the feet, you can tell it's all the same mold. But in the torso area, and especially the arms, not so much, really. I really feel like they did a good job, especially with him. Like, he has the whole big pectoral muscles. Really makes it not seem exactly like the same mold. So I feel like they did a really good job with that. And it's just an excellent group shot. The other thing I want to show off, if you take a look, if we unpeg his Titan Master and we transform him, he is another Battle Beast. So you can see the head there, nice paint on the face, on the arms, down here on the feet. I believe he's a monkey, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that. But so he's a Battle Beast. And then if we take Grotesque's Titan Master, he was also, you can see he's like a walrus. And then if we take Double Cross, aka Twinferno's, he was the lion. So all three of these, with varying degrees of paint. Unfortunately, you can tell this one in the middle was a retail release, so he has the least amount of paint. But all three of their headmasters are battle beasts. That is really awesome. That is a fantastic attention to detail. If you're familiar with the Japanese Headmasters show at all, the Monster Bots were in that show, I think, just for the one episode. They went to the Planet of the Beasts where they met the battle beasts. I think they were called something else in Japan. But all of their headmasters are battle beasts from the Japanese series. And that's absolutely fantastic attention to detail. And I love that so much. I wish this guy had a little bit of paint. I'm still contemplating picking up the Takara version of this guy because the paint on the Takara version is so much better. But yeah, all three of these being battle beasts is absolutely spectacular. So I love that so much. I'm going to go ahead and get these guys transformed. I'm terrible at connecting the heads. I'm just going to say it. But it's okay because it's time for these guys to go off camera anyway. Because this review is about Repugnus, so we need to get talking about Repugnus. So let me get these heads connected. There we go. Back to the shelf with you guys. So, love this. Going to transform him back on here real quick. Very easy to pop right back in. Absolutely love this. So, it's pretty much it for the robot mode. Let's go ahead and get into the transformation here. So transformation for this guy is actually pretty simple. We're going to go ahead and remove the headmaster. First step, put him off to the side. We're going to bring the monster head up. Just kind of unpeg it from the back and it just picks up here. 2 green tabs that you did plug into the back will now plug into these 2 spots here on the shoulders. So you just drop him right in. There you go. There's you could just have him walk around like this giant monster head guy. You're going to take the arms, fold in the hands into the forearms, and you can see there's a little bit of paint there, which I do appreciate. Makes it pop a little bit. Pop the arms straight out. You're going to rotate these down. And then you're going to rotate the arms 90 degrees like this. And then you're going to just bring these around, and you can see there's a little spot right here and right here for these tabs to peg into. So you're just going to go ahead and do that. The arms just kind of store on the back here. Just kind of replace them with the monster head. There you go. At this point, you're going to open up these pectoral muscles. Open them up about 90 degrees. Then you're going to open them up another 90 degrees. And then you're going to spin them 180 degrees. And then you're going to bring out the pincers. And there is some articulation here. This actually rotates. There's a joint right here. There's another joint right here. But that's really just to flip them out. But then there's a ball joint in the pincer there. So you can bring them down a little bit. I like to bring them down and then bring the pincers up like that. So the other thing you can see is the mouth does open and close on the bug head. I think that is really cool. At this point, you're going to unpeg the ankles from the leg sections and bring them up. And then you can sandwich the legs together and then just spin them 180 degrees. You can, spin them and then sandwich them. It really doesn't matter. You just have to make sure they connect together. And then you're going to fold these up just like that. Make sure these are up here. And then you're just going to swivel the legs down and fold out the feet. Just kind of position them however you like. And you'll see that there's a sticker on each side of these bug legs. And there you go. That is the bug mode. You just kind of have to get it centered and positioned. Now at this point, I'm going to bring the gun back in here. You can see that there are these large maroon tabs on the bottom. If you would like, you can peg that into the side of what was his robot arm. And you can have him just kind of hang out there. You can take these, take the Prime Master out, split these back apart, and you can see these top little peg holes there on the top of these things can peg on the back of what used to be his robot forearms. So there's lots of options with these swords. They have lots of peg holes on the underside, and you can get kind of a cool wing effect there, which I kind of like. So very, very cool. I like Repugnus quite a bit. Love this bug mode. Love that the mouth can open and close. It's such a tiny little attention to detail that I love. I love that bug head just in general. I think they did a great job with that. Autobot symbol on the top painted very nicely. The little pincers look great. I mean, yeah, he does just kind of have this block sticking out of his butt, but it really doesn't bother me all that much. Now, the other thing, of course, like all the rest, you can open up this middle section. And sometimes it's a little bit easier if you lift up the bug head to do it. There you go. You can lift that up and then take the Titan Master and put him kind of like this, and then slide him right in there, and he pegs in. There we go. You can see him down in there, and then you can close this back up so he can ride inside there. So I really like it. I really like the bug mode. I think once again they've made this mold into something different. A third monster out of this same mold, and I really appreciate the job they've done. It really does feel different both in robot mode and alt mode, bug mode, monster mode, whatever you'd like to call it. I think they did a great job with the head. I love that so much. And I love that all three of the Titan Masters are different battle beasts. That's just a really nice touch. And then this guy just kind of hangs out next to him. So there you go. I absolutely love Repugnus. If you can get a hold of this guy, I definitely urge you to do so. He's on Amazon. I believe he's still available for $24.99. If not, just watch the page. He should pop back into stock at some point. It's a really great use of the mold. When I first heard that they were reusing the mold again from Twinferno to make the third monster bot, I thought, how many times can they really go back to this well? But I stand corrected. They did a fantastic job. Looks great. Color scheme's great. Very faithful to the original G1 toy. Definitely feels different enough from the other two monster bots, even though they are all the same mold. I still think he's really a lot of fun. Love his alt mode. You can tell, yes, these are a little bit more, the $24.99, but a lot of extra love with the paint was put into these. You do get the extra Prime Master included. He's not amazing, but I like his translucent blue, just the color that they paired it with. A little bit of a weird choice in my opinion. But if you think about the fact that usually Deluxe class for Titans Return were somewhere in the area of 17 to 18, you know, throwing in the extra Prime Master and the extra paint application, I definitely think you get your money's worth. And that packaging is so beautiful. I love the fact that the first one was Combiner Wars, the second one is Titans Return, and more than likely, Punch Counter Punch is going to be classified as Power of the Prime. So that way when you put all three of these next to each other, 1, 2, and 3, the spines, the picture will match up. One from each of the Prime trilogy. It's kind of a perfect little way to bookend the last couple years where we've had this Prime trilogy for generations. It's just really smart, and I've been really loving these. Blast Off was great. This guy's great. I can't wait for Punch Counter Punch. I'm sure he's going to be amazing. So I really have nothing bad to say about this. If you can get it, get it. Complete your Monster Bot collection. This guy's fantastic. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.